happy to start. I want to start this podcast by saying every single person who listens to this, I love you very much.
Come on, be so for real.
I just want to be nice. I want to start.
But don't just be nice. Like, that's just
Well, you're always just a cunt. So
I'm not.
You are a bit of a cunt.
That's just not genuine.
Well, it is. I don't mean like I'm not going to marry you, love. Like I don't love you like I'm going to marry you, but I love you in a way of like so appreciative. You know what I mean? Like thanks for listening.
Love them in a way like when they follow up, you taking them out on a date, you'll leave them on scene type thing. In that sense,
you just.
In what sense?
Like I just said, in the sense of being very appreciative of them.
Appreciative enough to.
Well, then you start, cunt. Go on. Go on with your little normal rant. I fucking got an Uber this morning and the cunt didn't fucking pull up at my doorstep and I'm a fucking loser. Like, go. Start.
Now, you know what? I'm going to have a bit of a rant.
Fucking oath you are, because you're a negative cunt.
Well, this is actually going to be negative and you're going to feel terrible. I've had a bad mental health few days and I'm off myself and I'm going to rant about what I hate about myself because I've not been in a good state mentally the last 24 hours. I'll tell you why, everyone. Because I get so caught up on such little things, like the smallest thing could ruin my whole day, and then it spirals, and then I hate myself for getting so annoyed at that one thing, and then when I realize, and then I'm like, well, I'm being so ungrateful. And then I'm like, well, why the fuck am I being ungrateful? Then I'm like, well, then be happy. And I'm like, well, I can't fucking be happy. And then I just like keep internally arguing with myself and it gets so exhausting and so draining. And that's what I've been doing the last 24 hours. And who wants to know what it was started from?
Well, I was just about to ask, what ticked you off?
Dude, it was the smallest, dumbest thing ever. That triggered so much. So me and Ed were going to go see a movie today at 3:15, right? And then I realized... fuck, we have the pod at 5.
Absolutely.
So I can't do the movie.
No, you couldn't.
But I was so excited to see this movie.
Which was? Monkey Man.
No, the first Omen. I'd already seen it.
Right.
But I wanted to see it.
You couldn't have been
again.
that excited.
No, I was so excited because Ed hadn't seen it.
Okay.
So then I was like, fuck, I fucked up the whole fucking thing. I can't see the fucking movie. I'm such a dumb fuck. And then I was like, maybe I just don't do the pod. Fuck the pod. Who gives a shit about the pod? Fuck, I just really want to see this fucking movie. And then I was like so annoyed at myself. It was literally like I was having like this massive internal argument, which I know is so dumb, but that's literally like it ruined, like I was like fully having this massive argument with myself. And then I was like, you're never organized. You never do anything. Like, this is so shit. This is like this, and this, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing. And then it just kept going deeper and deeper and deeper to the point where I'm like, fuck, I'm saying some things to myself that are like, this is actually really mean.
What was the meanest thing you said?
The meanest thing I said was like...
Did you get real like self-derogatory? Self-deprecating maybe?
Yeah, of course I did.
Like, what was the meanest thing you reckon?
I think the meanest thing I said to I don't know. There was a lot.
Because when you're angry, you always say, oh, for fuck's sake, you stupid F word. Not fuck. The other one.
Can you say it? I don't know which one.
I'm not allowed to say it.
But can you just say the one? Because I'm confused.
We'll bleep it, but the word's
Don't bleep it.
I think we'll bleep that out.
No, I say that stuff. Yeah, no, but I was generally not. I can't really remember, to be honest. But it's more just stuff like, this is why, and then you're never going to accomplish anything, and your potential, you haven't fulfilled your potential because you're just so unorganized, and it's just all these different things. But then I get so annoyed because now I'm in the hangover portion of the annoyed at myself, which is, I live such a great life. I'm so lucky. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And now I hate myself for feeling down and wasting potential hours of enjoyment because I want to enjoy every moment all the time. And when I don't, I get really annoyed that I'm not doing that. So then I was like, what the fuck am I fucking doing? So think about it. We've got another 20 years before life gets shit.
Sorry, bruh. You're going on a tangent I can't keep up with. 1 second it's about you and being shit, and now you're talking about life being fucking awful in 20 years. Like, I would like to play, before we started on air, we were talking about Robin Williams, and I watched a great movie the other night called Good Will Hunting, right? And it was psychology, and he's a therapist. So I might go in a therapist here. I might be your therapist for a second. What do you reckon?
Go for it. I can't believe you referenced Good Will Hunting as if it's not maybe the top 3 most famous movies ever. But sorry,
That's what I mean. It's a great movie. So what do you mean? What do you mean? Like
you're like it was called
Yeah, because I forgot the name.
Okay.
And it was a fucking terrific movie. I think that's normal to like do that, like get real worked up over little shit. Or maybe we're both just fucked in the head. But I think it's quite
ruined
normal.
my whole day because I had a slight conflict with times.
But I think you'd find that. I'm not saying it's great or it's good, but I think you'd find you're not alone in that. I don't know if that gives you solemn and
really
comfort in that.
Not really.
And I think when you're feeling like you're a piece of shit, which sometimes you are, but most of the time, for a 25-year-old, bro, you're doing pretty well, lad.
I'm 25.
You're doing pretty well. 25. Probably the best 25-year-old I know.
I'm 25. No, but I think
top of your career, like your industry, you're at the top. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
What do you mean?
I'm middle of the road, and that's fine. I'm happy to be
TikTokers in Australia, bro.
Oh wow, TikTokers in Australia.
Well, that's your career, cunt.
But
it could be fucking comedy, but you don't want to post fucking clips of you on TikTok. You could be selling out fucking tours of comedy.
Well, I do want to post fucking clips of myself,
but you fucking can't be bothered getting a camera fixed. We've had this conversation last year.
I know,
tell you, I'll fucking make clips for you, so you can sell out fucking tours around the world. And you go, oh nah, fucking, I can't.
This is what I get angry
fucking
about.
Don't get angry then.
Anyway.
You could be the most famous comedian in the world, you funny cunt, but you don't want to be.
No, well, anyway. So yeah, that was what my day was, and one thing I hate, I've decided, is influencers who run out of content and they post these little "it'll get better" videos. There's this one girl that does it every month, and I'm like, bitch, it doesn't look like it's getting better.
But maybe that's her thing.
I'm like, if it gets better, we're on a clock right now. I've been seeing this video the last 14 months in a row.
Yeah, because maybe she's trying to hit someone who needs it in that moment. I don't think you should have having goes at people who are trying to help people after you've just had a rant about how shit your mental health has been.
I'm not having a go. And I'm not ranting to help anyone either.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying you're complaining about your mental health and then now you're going to have a go at someone for trying to help others.
Yeah, because it affects my mental health.
It's a bit of a shit go, I think.
It affects my mental health.
Well, that's honestly sounds like a bit of a you problem.
Exactly. This whole thing's a me problem.
Well, I think that we're going to move on, but I think that you're being a little bit hard on yourself and you'd be surprised how many people that happens to. And I'm not saying that makes it fine, but I'm saying, I don't know, maybe I find comfort in knowing that some things that I struggle with happen to other people too.
If my foot got cut off and someone said, oh, don't worry, my foot got cut off, I'd be like, well, where's my fucking foot then?
That's a great point. Fuck, it's a really good point.
Oh, look, that brought my foot back. Not.
Yeah.
Let's go walk over to, oh, I can't.
All right, well, I would love to bring a bit of positivity to this conversation.
How?
Let's talk about... All right, you thought your bad was day? You thought your day was bad? It could have been worse. Now, I don't know if this is like a known thing, right? So I've got sent something in a WhatsApp group. Now, when you get sent things in WhatsApp, you don't know how far from the original source you are. So this could have been a worldwide viral video, or I could have been 2 or 3 away from the source. So this could be a pretty intimate thing. I'm not sure. So apologies if everyone's heard about it. There was a funeral, right? And it got live streamed via Zoom. Now, you could join the Zoom call and you could watch the funeral. So everyone's there. They've got the big Zoom calls up in the church, all around on the TVs, and everyone's watching. And this lady's joined and she hasn't realized that her camera's on during the funeral. So she's in the shower, butt naked, shaving her underarms and her pubes, and it's being broadcasted. It's on the televisions in the church, and it's across the whole Zoom call. For the whole thing, she's shaving her pubes in the shower, watching along the funeral, not realizing she's on camera.
Yeah, I think she knew.
No, just don't, for once in your life, don't try to be different. There's not a world where she knew, mate.
I reckon.
No, I hate the attitude you've come into this podcast with. It's pissed me off a lot. Don't be unique. What's the attitude? This attitude of like, oh, I'm different. Like, bro, she didn't know she was on camera when some poor cunt is getting blessed to go to hopefully heaven, and she's shaving her minge. Like, you're kidding.
Her joot.
Juz. Like, you're kidding yourself if you think she knew. Like, that just pisses me off you said that. That really annoys me.
Okay, sorry, Pat. Sorry for being in my feels. You're meant to be Mr. fucking mental health.
Okay, but saying she knew isn't Mr. fucking mental health. It's just Mr. fucking pick me, I'm going to be different.
Okay, then she didn't know, and I
fucking know she didn't know.
And I think at least the funeral's being spoken about.
Well, we don't know whose funeral it was. You know
valid,
what I mean?
Bruh, valid.
You'd
what
be
a way
offered,
to take all the attention.
You'd be offered if it was your last bit of attention and fucking...
If you have a flappier joot, is it harder to shave?
Look, I don't have a joot, so I'm not too sure, but I'm maybe more risk of cutting the labias if they're out and about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe let us know.
I'd love to know from the flappy one. Oh, no, because I'm in this sort of mood. I want to say something right now.
Okay.
There's a person on the podcast, You Wouldn't group, Facebook group. And I know who you are, and so does Pat. And you post a lot of positive stuff on your account.
Yeah, like
when
not anonymous.
When we can see it's you. But when she wants to be negative, she'll go anonymous and she'll say a lot of negative anonymous things.
And
Hi,
yes, it's
nice
just...
to see you. You're a two-faced fuck.
We're cutting all that.
No, we're not. No, we're not. You're a two-faced fuck. That's just the stats. That's the facts.
Okay.
That's the facts of it. You're a two-faced little fuck. And as if you didn't know that we could see who's posting what. Just be brave. Say it on your actual account. Because here's the thing. I don't think it should be all praise in the You Wouldn't page. I think if you do have suggestions, if you aren't liking something, it's not just one big suck fest. If there's something you don't like, say it. But fucking say it on your regular account. I just love, we know it's you, and you're going to be listening and you're going to go shivers.
Shivers, I've been called out.
And we know it's you.
And
here's
just,
the thing,
I just don't get it.
I am not offended by...
No, absolutely
do you know
not.
what I mean? Like, I would never... This is the thing, when people are like, I didn't like this, and then they get attacked in the group, I'm like... They're voicing their fucking opinion, and I like to hear opinions.
Absolutely,
because that's how
their
you
opinion
grow.
is so valid.
That's how you learn. Like, I've got an opinion for Pat. You're a lot smarter than you think you are.
No, I know I'm smart.
Well, then I think you might play dumb sometimes.
No, I think I'm just smart in things that I give a fuck about, and I'm very, very street smart. I'm not very book smart.
Let me tell you this. No, I disagree, because let me tell you this. You're one of the best chameleon players I've ever played with.
Yeah, because that's street smart.
There's a game called Chameleon.
That's not book smart.
Picture, it's basically, there's one imposter. Everyone knows a word, except one person.
Yeah.
That's the chameleon, and the chameleon is trying to blend in and act like they know the word as well. Yeah. And we all describe it, and we discuss it, and we all say one word to start, and then you interrogate each other as to who the chameleon is.
Yeah.
And Pat is just very good at it, and I just thought everyone should know that.
Thank you. Because again, that's like common... That's street smartness. That's reading people and getting a gauge on people and remembering what people said. You know what I mean? It's not book smart. But I was book smart in PE, for example, because I liked it. You know? Whereas English, I got the lowest score in the year and got laughed out of advanced English. Literally laughed out. Like they laughed at me and said, why are you even here?
I am so sorry.
And my religion teacher wrote me a note saying you're not allowed to do it anymore and you should go lay on Birrell Street and be a speed hump and be useful. That's what I got told.
Well,
so thanks.
Depends on the car, because let's be real, you would not be much of a speed bump after the third or fourth vehicle.
No,
you'd be mush.
I'd be a bit like that dog that you so-called ran over when you prank called your mum.
Speaking of prank calls.
Speaking of prank calls, that was unreal. That was good by us. I want to prank call my uncle. So I play golf with my uncle every Saturday. Now, he's had a car accident last week, right? And he reckons that the bloke that he crashed into ran up the arse of him, had no damage. And he's like, I gave him my details and stuff. Like, if the cunt calls me, like, it's bullshit because I didn't do any damage. So he's like, he's on edge. Like, if this cunt tries to call me and make up a story, I'm going to be angry. So I'm going to get Will to call him and pretend to be the insurance company and be like, mate, you've done like, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 grand worth of damage.
I know exactly how I'm going to approach it.
Okay.
Can I just ask, what insurance company should I be from?
Let's go GIO.
Okay.
Cool.
Hi, Tony. How are you? It's Alan from GIO.
Hey, mate, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm just calling. I've actually got some quite good news. I'm just calling about an incident that occurred on Friday, the 5th of April. There was a prang, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep. So I've got some really good news. We spoke to the guy. We assessed the damage, and it doesn't look like it'll be costing as much as we originally thought.
How much is it?
About $5,000.
5,000?
Yeah, 5,000. So it was originally going to be about 9.5. So we've been able to have a look at your plan.
What's the damage, bro?
So apparently the rear bumper was really intensely smashed.
Well, I've got photos of it. There isn't any marks on it.
Yep. So we assessed the photos, and based on those, we did come to the $5,000 decision.
Well, where, bro? There wasn't like one scratch on his bumper, the photo I took of it.
He sent us some other photos a little bit later, and that seemed to be quite pranged up.
Well, yeah, I'd like to see the photos first, because the photo I took, there was nothing wrong with his car, and there's nothing wrong with my car either.
Yep, so absolutely, and that's why the fee's so low. That's why it is only 5,000.
No, it's not low at all. Because there was no damage on his car.
Well, from the images that he sent me, I'm having a look at them now. It does look quite pranged. So what we could do is we could go on a payment plan, so that way you wouldn't have to do it all at once.
Well, yeah, well, I'm covered for insurance anyway.
Yes, so we are having a look at your insurance now, and it doesn't seem to be covering this incident because of how it occurred. He was saying that you were on your phone whilst it happened.
No, I wasn't on my phone at all. No, I wasn't on my phone at all. No, he can say what he wants. You can check the phone call, mate. I wasn't on my phone at all. How can he say I was on my phone? It was pouring down rain.
So,
I didn't even see. How was I on my phone? No, this is crap, mate.
So Tony, I'm really sorry. This is just all the information that I've been gotten. None of this.
Well, that's good, because I've got photos, right? There was a one scratch on his car. My car's not damaged at all. So,
See, the front of your car fell off.
I wasn't on my phone. I don't care what he said.
I think the front
I
of
was on my phone.
the front of your car fell off, I believe.
It's a plastic bumper. It just clips on and off. So
I
I clipped it back on, so there's no damage on mine. I don't care what he says. How can you say I was on my phone? It's pouring down rain. You couldn't even see out the windscreen.
Well, that might.
On my phone, so you can check my phone registry. I wasn't on my phone.
That-
How dare you say that? I don't care what he says.
Well, Tony, I think because of the plastic bumper as well, that might have an effect on the price too. I think plastic can kind of collide with the car a little more intensely.
Well, there's no damage on my car. No, there's no damage on his car. I took a photo of his car. There's no damage. And he even said to me, oh, my car's got problems. And that's got nothing to do with me. But there's no way I'd smash his bumper up.
Well, Tony, unfortunately, if we don't settle this today, it will go up to the original 9,500.
Well, you can settle it, but I want to see the photos too. And how can you say I'm on my phone? That's why my insurance doesn't cover it.
Oh, if you need to borrow some money from me, just let me know, mate. I'll help you out.
I'll tell you what, you're an absolute fuckwit. You're a fucking dickhead. You're a fuckwit. You're a dead set fuckwit. Well, you can go get a fucking job. You fucking clown. You're a fucking idiot.
You shit your fucking pants.
Fuckwit, mate. I swear to God, you can shove them golf clubs up.
All right. All right.
Go get a fucking job or something, will you?
That went pretty well. I was actually gonna go. Don't get pissy with me, mate.
Oh fuck, you got shits, eh?
Should I have gone a little bit harder? I think
Nah, I think you got him a beauty. He's got the shits big time.
a prank call's the best.
They're the best.
I still hate myself, but a prank call's good.
Prank calls are ultimate. Yeah. Fucking hell, that was funny.
I want to talk about a few things, but they're on my phone, and my phone's over there. Hang on. So I have a fucked story.
Okay.
So I saw this post, and it was like, what is the worst thing you've seen in prison? And this is what one of these people came back with. This is insane. We had an offender with a colostomy bag. Every time he would shower, the most terrible smell would fill the unit. We asked him multiple times to not burp his colostomy bag in the shower, but he swore he wasn't.
Is this a poo bag?
Yeah. It hangs off the side. Eventually, after developing an infection, his doctor found out he was charging other inmates to have sex with this colostomy hole.
Oh, fucking hell. So they were fucking the hole in the side of his body.
Yeah. Now, I'm not going to lie. I think if I was in jail and I'm not, let's say I'm straight, right? I think I'd just rather fuck a dude in the ass than the side of his body.
Well, I wonder how much that's going for a pop in prison. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder how much that's worth.
But here's the thing, right? You're fucking a bloke either way. It's not less gay because you're fucking the side.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going to feel worse. Just do it in the ass, bruh.
Oh, I think, look, if you're straight, maybe just have a wank. You know what I mean? If you don't want to fuck someone up the ass, that's
you know
fine.
what?
Don't fuck their kidney hole or wherever it goes.
Or maybe just request nicely some oral sex and just shut your eyes.
Still gay.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
Not saying it's not. But I'm saying having sex with the colostomy hole
worse.
is gay.
It's probably worse.
It's still gay.
It's probably worse, yeah.
Oh, so you're saying gay is worse? What do you mean by
No,
that?
I'm saying the colostomy hole is probably worse.
Than an asshole?
Then, yeah.
100% it is.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it looks like a vag.
Well, I wonder what it felt like for the guy getting fucked.
Oh, I reckon it would just be like
It'd be shocking.
Do you reckon it would feel like you're getting stabbed?
Well, sure. There might have been a little bit of pleasure to it for him.
Oh,
What are you charging for that in prison? Is that $100 an hour? Like,
I reckon 2 cigarettes, a Blu-ray DVD of Shrek,
and some pack of noodles.
some pack of noodles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, that guy would have been feasting for a while, eh?
Bruh, megarang and cigarettes, bruh.
I tell you what, if I was in jail and I had a hole for a couple cigarettes and megarang cut, I'd probably offer it up too.
Megarang and cigarettes is the prison version of cakes and candles.
Cakes and candles, my brother.
Megarang and cigarettes, my brother.
All right, now I want to jump to my fucking boy, Morgan Wallen, right? Country music singer arrested for throwing a chair off what I believe was a 4-story balcony or rooftop, and it nearly hit a copper. So look, I'm going to defend him. There goes the dilly. I'm going to defend Morgan here. When you've done it all, when you're a country music singer and you take over mainstream and you've just checklisted everyone and you've got that much money and you've had everything, what more is there to do than to get a little bit reckless every now and again? You know what I mean? Now, I'm not condoning it. He shouldn't be throwing things off, but fuck, man. What's someone like that do to fucking fulfill their needs these days? You know what I'm saying?
I think that sounds like he's a dickhead. Like, and especially if he was drinking alcohol and like that's what he needs to do.
I would say he definitely is drinking alcohol.
Well, then that's just such a dickhead thing to do. And that's why I hate it. The worst thing I ever hear is, oh, he's great, but he's just a bit shit on the piss. No, then he's a shit person and he...
All right, well, I think one incident doesn't define a man.
Well, there's not one incident. You could Google Morgan Wallen, there's been a few.
Well, he has dropped the N-word once, which wasn't great.
What I think about that is... I just think I agree with you. Sure, if you need to let loose, let loose. But it's the fact where it's like, if you fucking affect other people, then it becomes an issue. What if the story was Morgan Wallen throws a chair off 4-story balcony and kills a young mum? Then would you be saying what you just said on the pod? Would you be going, so it's like that could have easily happened. It could have. Because no one in their drunk state throwing off a chair does this. No one in their... If a drunk person throwing a chair off, they go, fucking oh, let's go. Boom, and they throw
that's
the
what
chair.
I mean. Maybe it wasn't like that.
No, but no one goes like this.
That's
fucking oath, let's... Hang on a second. Let me just check no one's down there. Okay, no one's down there. Let's do it. And then throw it. You don't do it. You do shit in the heat of the moment. That's clearly what's happened. That's such a heat of the moment rash decision to throw a chair off a fucking balcony.
Well, if it was...
And I just think he's so lucky that it didn't hurt anyone.
Well, I think that maybe he was in a spot where not many people are. That's what I think.
Not many people are at a 4-story pub.
Well, maybe it was down an alleyway. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
I just would like to think he wouldn't throw it where pedestrians are walking frequently.
I know you'd like to think that, but I feel
that's
like
why
if
I'm
a
backing
police
him.
officer was there,
That's
then
why I'm
clearly
backing him,
it's
because
someone-
until I know the full story.
Well, you know what? I can
But it is
guarantee
silly,
you
don't
it'll
get
be
me
some
wrong.
sort of main road.
It's silly and it's dumb, and I wouldn't condone it.
Look,
but
for
I'm
me,
sticking
it's not
solid
really
by him.
newsworthy. That's my thing. I feel like that's where you're maybe you're like, why are we attacking him? Why is this in the news? I don't think it's very newsworthy.
I think it's newsworthy, 100%.
I just think it's like,
And it's deserves
he's
to be
clearly
written
just
up,
a
but I just want to see the
average-
full story.
He's
here.
clearly just a very average kind of bloke that needs to do something exciting and interesting on the piss, and it's just like such a generic, boring type person.
Okay.
What?
That's interesting. Because when I said Fred again the other day, saying about him, you were like, well, you can't judge because you've never met him, but now you're judging.
What happened with Fred again?
I was like, he seems like a good bloke. And you're like, well, you can't say that. You've never met him. Well, you've never met fucking Morgie, bruh. But it's fine for Will Gibb.
What do you mean? I'm confused by
Well, you're
this.
saying he's this fucking this and that and this and that.
No, I'm saying that action it relates to someone that acts like that. Like if he's doing shit like that, which we've seen in the news a few times, then clearly I can make a snap judgment about his character.
Well, then so am I.
But you were basing your Fred against a good bloke off him walking through the
interactions
crowd.
I've seen with him.
Okay, so fair
similar.
enough.
Thank you.
Interactions, that's not what you meant. The one you were talking about was he's walking around the thing before his show. He literally
With
doesn't.
the crowd, is that an interaction? Yes,
But he doesn't talk to anyone in that video. He's just walking through, checking out.
No,
the
but I've seen a
surroundings
few.
like this.
I've seen a few interactions.
Okay, sure. Well,
with him.
now it's a few because before it wasn't. It was just that one video.
Well, I wasn't going to list them all.
Okay, so this has happened a while ago, but I feel like it's interesting to discuss. And we know nothing about a lot of things. So I think people would be interested to hear what we have to say about this. A lot of festivals now in Australia are all getting cancelled. Groove and the Moo got cancelled. And what else got cancelled? There was another one that got cancelled. There was two or three.
Splendor in the Grass.
Splendor in the Grass got
Yeah, that
cancelled.
got
And there
cancelled.
might have been one more. But two quite big festivals that when we were in high school, in especially like 2016, 17 era, were like the biggest things ever. It was like, okay. They were, I don't mean the biggest things ever. I mean, for a certain group, they were the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
It was like
fair.
Splendor in the Grass is coming
Yeah.
up. This is the biggest, for some music junkies, like that was like the biggest shit.
Sure, yeah.
And now the reason both of them were cancelled was low ticket sales. That's why they were both cancelled.
Really?
Yeah. They were cancelled because not enough people bought tickets and they wouldn't be able to
Profit
pay
off
off whatever, make enough money. So those were the reasons why both got cancelled. So it seems like the demand is kind of like going away from festival lineups and that kind of traveling sort of thing. But then you look at Taylor Swift, who in between the two cancellations of the festivals sold 600,000 tickets to her shows.
Okay, hang on a fucking second.
What?
We're not comparing Taylor Swift to these indie bands who play at
No,
fucking
mate, we're not,
Splendor
you
in the
dumb
Grass.
fuck.
Well, that's what you just did.
No, mate, what I'm trying to say is the demand for live music
It's higher than ever, I think.
SZA has sold out her tour in like a minute.
Yeah, but because the thing is, bro, Splendor in the Grass isn't bringing over acts.
But that was what they did. That was such a
But
thing.
like, who was one person that's played at Splendor? Like, I remember when I was in
Massive.
like year 10 and 11, I'd go to like Future and Stereo, and they were sick, bro. I saw like Avicii, Steve Aoki, fucking all these like the biggest DJs, right? And that just used to sell out like no tomorrow. Splendor in the Grass is what, maybe Tones and I? You know what I mean?
Bruh,
It's like,
no, that's not a thing. Splendor in the Grass and what was the other
can
one?
you look up the fucking lineup for Splendor in the Grass?
I think the
this
new
year?
ones, they were shit. But old 2016,
Well, that's why it's
I
not
swear
selling.
it was like
well, that's your
Cursor,
point. Cursor used to go to Stereo and all that.
I meant Skepta, sorry.
They were all Future Stereo and that.
It says Splendor in the Grass has welcomed acts like Coldplay, Florence and the Machine.
Thank you.
Not this year,
Ford,
though.
Tame
No, but I'm
Impala.
But no, I know not this year, but I'm saying in the past. Like
And that's what I'm saying. That's why they sold so many tickets.
No, but the numbers have been kind of dwindling, and this is.
Bro, I can
this is-
guarantee you if Coldplay and fucking those people that Kyle just listed were playing this year, it would have sold out.
But Pat, this
It's down to the talent that's there. No cunt wants to go see. No offense, like I'm sure they're great bands, but like you're not going to travel and go there to see this band play for 45 minutes that you don't really know.
okay. What I'm trying to say is, usually before, like, yes, there were big things, like there were a big name every so often, but even before those big names, like this is kind of unprecedented that these two giant music festivals have had to be cancelled for low ticket sales for, I've never heard of that happening before. Even before, when they wouldn't be having as big names and the lineups weren't as good, people were still flocking there. Remember Splendor in the Mud? Because it was so rainy and people still went out there and camped in like wet mud. People still went to watch like small indie bands like you're describing. And that was 2 or 3 years ago. So something drastic has changed in the last couple years. It's not just, this lineup's kind of average, none of us are going to go. Like there's something more to it than that.
I don't know if there. I generally don't know if there is, and you don't know either because you couldn't name one person who played at Splendor 3 years ago when it was in the mud. Like, so don't act like you know.
Go Splendor in the Mud and just type in the.
So I reckon it could have been. It could be that.
But
Like
then
I
what's your-
don't
so
know,
your
but you
theory
don't know
is-
either. Don't act like you know.
I'm not saying I know. We're discussing. Why do you have to be so aggressive? We're trying to have a discussion.
No, because you're saying 3 years ago the lineups were actually also not that good and stuff when you wouldn't have a clue who played there.
I'm not sure.
2021,
Whatever
I
Splendor
think.
in the Mud was. No, but what I'm just trying to say is why do we think that is? Because a few years ago...
I think that's I think it's because they're getting shitter lineups, but I don't know the answer because I've never been interested in that stuff.
I know you're not claiming to know the answer, but so what you're saying is this one year had the most tremendously bad lineup that everyone decided we're not going this year. And you think next year, if the lineup's better, then everyone's going to
Well, maybe because more international artists are starting to come to Australia, people are rather spend their money on just going to see them.
That's what I'm saying. That
Concerts?
could be something. Because you've got Taylor, you've got SZA, you've got, I don't know, any other artists that come over from overseas.
Zach Bryan came, Coldplay
Zach
are coming.
Bryan.
Whereas
Whereas-
live music is pumping in Australia at the moment.
I know,
Because COVID artists could never come over.
But this is what I'm saying. This is why it's weird, isn't it? Live music is pumping in Australia. You would think that two of the biggest Australian festivals there is, even if the lineups aren't as good, would still sell out or still be able, not even sell out, would still be able to not have to cancel because so little people bought tickets. Like
Yeah.
surely you can see something interesting in that.
Yeah, no, it is, but I just don't. I don't know. I just think maybe people people don't have a lot of money, bro. Like you're not going to be able to go see this person, that festival. Maybe they're starting to prioritize. Okay, SZA's coming. I'd rather spend $300 and go see her.
So then, do you
for example.
think that
Because the CMC Rock Fest in Queensland still sells out like that. The CMC Rock Fest in so like North Queensland, like fucking pops off, which is a country music festival.
But then But then the question is, do you think then that the place for the place for like indie Aussie bands, you know, and all that sort of stuff, like, are we not supporting Australian music enough? Clearly not, right? Like, clearly we just want the big international people. We're not interested in kind of supporting and growing like younger Australian music. And I'm not.
But it's not like respectfully like. I don't have to go to a festival just to support them if I don't want to see them. You know what I mean? Like,
no, but we're not real. I mean, like, look, we are. I'm not a music person.
we're so music, but not music at the same time.
We're not really music people. It's like we're never going to go, oh, I love this person. Apparently, this person's like this. Let's go watch this random.
We don't
show.
give a fuck about it except literally just listening to it in our ears.
The only time I get interested in a song is if someone physically brings it into my ears while I am driving in a car with them, or they have to physically send me. So I'm not actively searching for new music.
I listen to music all the time, but I'm not interested in music talk or up and coming people. If I stumble across them, I stumble across them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just hate to be an Australian musician.
I think it'd be awful.
Because you would
It'd be
usually
so hard.
normally, oh my God, I got on Splendor. This is huge. This is my chance to perform to a few thousand people, get my name out there. People can talk about me, get some buzz, release a single, da-da-da-da-da. And now it's just like, oh, it got fully cancelled because barely anyone wants tickets to go there anymore. And I agree. I think a big part of it is like bigger artists coming over, doing their own shows. And it's like, I fucking make what, 30, 40, 50 grand a year, minus all the shit I've got to pay for in my life. I'm not going to spend $200 on Taylor Swift, then spend $500 on Splendor in the Grass tickets, $300 on getting there, $400 on camping shit and all this stuff. And then you're camping there for 3 nights. Like, maybe the actual, like the format of a festival is just kind of a bit like, is it dated?
Right, yeah, I don't know. This is the first time I realised they were cancelled for ticket sales. I thought they cancelled just due to like new laws and stuff like that.
No, ticket sales.
Yeah, well, I don't. I think it's got to do with lineups and other bigger artists coming to Australia.
But Kyle, you go to festivals. Do you not?
I've been to 2.
And were they like the New Year's Lost type shit?
Yeah.
And what is your, like, why would you go to that?
Not because of the lineup. I'd say I'm less interested in the lineup.
So what are you interested in?
Right, so it's more about the experience, not the music.
Getting away, camping, like having nothing to do there. Like, yeah.
Do you have any mates that do you have any mates? No. Do you have any mates that if none of you were going, if all the boys were like, we're not going to Lost this year, do you have mates in that group that would go, I'm still going to go by myself because I love that music? And they would go by themselves.
Or
they would
two outs
go with
maybe.
one
Or by
person.
yourself's a bit extreme.
Or they go with one or...
I reckon there'd be a couple.
You reckon there'd be a couple
2.
that just live for that type of music? Yeah, interesting. I don't know.
So I would be so for like festivals not for me anymore, but like I would love to go to like the country music festival in Queensland, for example, right? Because I just love that music, but I would never just go for the vibe if I didn't like the music. You know what I mean?
Like, wouldn't it be cool, Pat, if there was that country music? How many days does that go for?
I think it's 3. CMC.
How great! So imagine this: you fly up to Queensland. You do 3 days where it's like you go to the grounds, you spend the day there. It ends at like midnight. You go back to your hotel, sleep, and then you get back there at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it's kind of like that rotation. Or you can get, you can see your times, and you've got your hotel back there, and it's kind of.
Well, it might be camping. I'm not too sure. I feel like it probably would be if it's country.
I don't know. It just seems like
it'd suck ass being an Australian artist, I think.
being an Australian, anything sucks because I feel like we worship like, I don't know, like overseas people so much that we don't really... There's so much cool talent in Australia that I don't think gets...
100% because we've got such a smaller population. We're kind of just like down here, you know what I mean? Like America, there's 300 million people to blow them up, right?
It's like,
the UK, there's so many people to blow them up and expose them. Here, it's just 20 million people. You know what I mean? You get 10% of the country loving you. It's still only like 2 million people. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like an awful lot. Whereas in America, you get 10% of the country million. That's like 30 million fans.
Even like, you know, Aussie, like anything, right? It's like we start to love them when they go big overseas and we're like, that's us. Like, we get that.
Yeah.
Like, Ronnie Chang, do you know him? He's a Aussie comedian and he was like, sure, whatever in Australia, made it huge over in America. And everyone's like, yeah, Ronnie Chang, like he's one of us. But Ronnie Chang is actively like, fuck the Australian scene. Like, it sucks.
You did nothing for me to
like,
get here.
fuck you. Yeah, like when the Melbourne Comedy Festival is like, Ronnie Chang, he's just like, bruh, like, you guys never fucking backed me.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of his...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, once they get there, we claim them. But we didn't help them get there.
Nah, it's hard.
I agree.
It's interesting. Because I think, like, honestly, I love it. I think Australian stuff is so much more interesting than so much shit out there. Like, in different aspects. But, yeah, just such limited resources. It'd be really tough.
All right. Couple riddles for you, depending how quick you get the first one. What is there one of in every corner and two of in every room?
Oh.
Let's move on.
So easy.
What is it that no one wants, but no one wants to lose?
What is it that no one wants?
But no one wants to lose.
Virginity. Is that it?
No. Everyone wants to lose that, I think.
No one wants, but no one wants to lose. Because you don't want it. I don't want it, but I don't want to lose it. Like, a burden.
No.
Pain.
No.
Heartbreak.
No.
Something like that.
Nah, you want to lose heartbreak. Fuck.
I want to lose... I don't want...
You don't want it in the first place, but then when you're in it, you don't want to lose it.
Oh, when you're in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good clue for you. When you're in it.
My breath.
Nah.
Fuck, is it some weird abstract shit?
No, it's very it's very like
Basic. It's like
common. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing extravagant, like weird.
yeah, no one wants it. Like my foreskin.
No, I love my foreskin for what it is. I'd keep
Yours
that.
is very big and saggy.
Yours is very tight. If we met in the middle of foreskin,
Be perfect.
we could have the perfect penis.
Well, don't get me wrong. I'd rather your foreskin than my
100%, because you can't peel yours back.
Well, I can,
but I
it's
could
just
almost
painful.
fucking store coins in mine. You know what I mean?
Mine's just like I need lube.
Oh. Anyway.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, okay. Let me give you a clue. It's because there is consequences if you lose it.
Well, I kind of figured that. Vision, health.
You would probably wear a suit when you're going to know if you're going to lose this or not.
A career.
No.
Job interview.
No. You're kind of getting on the right track, though.
No one wants it.
But when you're in it, you don't want to lose it.
Inheritance.
No. That's a good one. No, you do want that, but...
No, you don't, because you don't want your family to die or whatever.
Oh, that's a good point. Nah, you're getting there, but...
Inheritance. No one wants it. I don't want to be fired.
No.
I don't want my job.
No.
I don't want to lose my suit. Fuck me, cunt.
Morgan Wallen could be in one of these soon.
A lawsuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, yeah. That's kind of funny.
Oh, okay, I'm getting there. Normally you just come at me for my riddles. I'm starting to crack you a little bit.
Yeah. Solve the first one in probably 0.5 seconds.
Honestly, you wouldn't record it. I don't think it's ever going to be broken again. All right, fuckos. This is our hotline again. So it's in our bio. You can call it advice. Leave us a riddle.
Or just
Leave us a fucking
be
riddle,
a piece
bruh.
of shit.
And let's fucking oge.
Okay, this one's mostly for Will, because I know you're into a lot of pop culture. And I don't know how you haven't talked about this yet, but what the fuck is going on with JoJo Siwa? And I need your opinion. I just feel like you're as invested as I am, because I'm so obsessed with everything about her right now, because it's just the funniest thing ever. Please, just talk about it. Talk about her interviews, her new song, what she's been wearing to all the red carpets. I just really want your say. Anyway, I love you guys on the podcast. You guys make my week every week. Keep it up.
We should make you week twice a week because we do 2 episodes. But thank you.
That was awesome. Yeah, JoJo Siwa. Have you been keeping up with JoJo?
Is JoJo that young blonde girl who got famous from a very young age and she had a board game about her?
Yeah, and then basically she came out as gay and then Nickelodeon dropped her and then she's become this kind of like, you know, kind of bit of a gay icon. And anyway, she's going through her bad girl phase.
Oh, a Britney Spears
She's
phase?
been wearing this like crazy like Kiss looking makeup and she's very like, yeah, so no one has ever had a bigger transformation than me right now. Like I am changing the game and it's
probably
scary.
Bruce Jenner. Probably had a bigger transition than you.
No, but I'm talking like music wise.
Oh, right.
Anyway, JoJo's released this new song called Karma. And
Also, she's a musician.
Yeah, it
Okay.
low-key actually slaps. Like, I really like Karma. I actually think it's really
in
good.
like a guilty way. Like, fuck.
Can you just play a little bit of it out of your phone? Just like, and get the lyrics. Like, let's just get the reaction to Karma. But the thing is, with JoJo, it's like, it's so cringe, the shit that she's doing. She's like, she's at a pub being like, thanks to my ex for this. Like, but I love her. I think she's awesome. Honestly, I'm sorry. I love her.
Oh, I like that intro. Fucking hell, bro. I feel like this is like...
I was a bad girl.
Oh, yeah.
I did some bad things. I swear I did it all for fun and it meant nothing.
Oh, okay.
It never happened.
Showing no
It
remorse.
was a secret. Like when a tree falls in the forest, no one hears it.
Oh.
Another late night, another crazy mood. And
Crazy
I
mood,
didn't
like, it's a
think
little bit
twice
like-
what it would do to you. I was a wild child.
Oh, yeah.
Always knew it.
And then ready? Here we go. No, wait.
Is she a proper muso or just like... Nah. Just like... Yeah, not bad. I don't mind it.
So funny.
I don't fucking mind that. Not bad from JoJo.
So I think she's having fun and I love her. That's my honest
Look, when you
thoughts.
give a kid that much fame at that age.
No, she's 20 years old.
Yeah, but she was famous. She's been famous for like 10 years.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
heard that
valid,
name.
valid, valid,
You know what I mean?
valid.
Like when you're 12, imagine what were we doing at 12, cunt? You know what I mean? And she's like in the spotlight. Fuck, man. They're going to go fucked. Of course they are.
Hey, boys, it's a question for Pat. It's fuck, marry, kill. RuPaul, Zach Bryan, or the Canada girl?
Oh! Oh, my God. Oh, well, that's easy.
That's a doozy. Well,
I know. Can I guess what yours would be?
Yeah.
You'd kill RuPaul, marry
Yeah.
Zach Bryan, and engage in intercourse with the Canada girl.
yes, that's exactly what would happen.
And you know what? I can't get mad at you for that.
Oh, well, you can't.
No,
You absolutely
because.
can't.
But here's the thing. I would beg for you to make a different decision. It's just impossible because the Canada girl would be the last one you would kill because you've met her and interacted with her and you know her.
No, well, it's just I've got to 2 out of 3 of them are men.
Well, can I say this on Pat?
Right, so I'm obviously going to fuck the girl, which just makes sense.
Marry or kill Zach Bryan, Canada girl. Marry, kill.
I'd be keeping Zach Bryan.
I will do one more.
No, we'll do a few.
Hey guys, loving the podcast. I have a really big issue in my life. So basically, everyone that I meet and that I become friends with in the future is like, I thought you were such a bitch when I first met you. Like, you have a very unapproachable face.
She sounds so
You
nice.
just seem like a fucking bitch that like no one wants to be around. And I just don't really know what to do about that. That's just my face. How do I change that? Like, yeah, I'm just feeling a bit stuck because I am a nice person in my core.
In your
But-
core.
Am I? I don't know. Anyways, bye.
Well, listen, if you're a cunt, you're a cunt. There's not much we can do about that. But if you're actually a nice person, maybe just try smiling at people a little bit more.
No, don't do that.
Well, then
Don't
keep your
change who
bitch
you
face.
are. If you like your friends, they've been gravitated towards your energy. I don't think there's anything to change. And you know what?
Nor do I, but she's saying she doesn't want to come across as a bitch. So I'm saying maybe try smile.
Oh, I don't think
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think you'd be surprised
I
how
just
many
got,
people
like, the
have resting bitch
shivers.
faces.
Yeah, I think
Like,
so.
I think everyone kind of has one, to be honest.
I think without having to change too much about anything, on the first impression, just ask a lot of questions about the other person. And I feel like that gives off someone that is caring and interested in others.
No, I think this is even before the meet.
Oh, well, if people are okay, if people are making that intense of a judgment call on you, I thought you were the worst person, worst bitch ever, because of just before they even meet you, that's on them.
And a little bit probably your resting bitch face, which is fine because a lot of people have one.
It's valid.
It's valid. Seats.
Hey boys, I need your help. My boyfriend, who I've just turned on to, fucking Zach Bryan and Noah Kahan and all that shit after he's listened to his dad's
Noah
music
Kahan.
since he was fucking born,
Average.
he's found Fred again. And I've been listening to fucking Jungle and Adore You all fucking week,
know those
like
songs.
all week, and I don't know what
Fucking
to do. I need your advice. What I do? How do
Break
I
up
turn
with
him
him.
away? He's gonna fucking drag me to a Fred again concert. I can't do that. Help me, please.
Break up with him.
I've got a better idea.
What is it?
This is to end the pod. Start kissing, hooking
No,
up.
I've got a song recommendation after.
Okay. You kiss, you hook up, you get really down and dirty. Before you have sex, take a kitchen knife and just put it to his knob. And just be like, you know that Zach Bryan shit that you know that
Fred
that
again
fucking
shit
Fred
that you
again
listen
shit
to.
that you're listening to. What you're feeling right now is how I feel when it comes on the radio.
And maybe cut it
And
a
then
little
just-
bit. Like dig it in a little bit.
I don't even reckon a little bit. I
I
reckon
reckon.
just pop it back and go, now where were we? And he's going to go, what just happened?
Or even worse to that, you could unlock a knife kink in him, and all of a sudden you have to go to a Freddo concert, come home to it, and rub steak knives all over your boyfriend's chest while you ride him. So look, that's a risky one, actually.
I think it's
That's
worth
a
the
fucking
risk.
risky one. It's worth the risk. Is it worth Fred again, or is it? That's a tough one. That.
Holy fucking shit. Oh my God, you fucking idiots. That last hotline on the 100th ep, congratulations, by the way, but holy fucking shit. Fucking 45 minutes times 100 episodes is not 31 days, you fucking, oh my God, mate. He was, I don't know if the guy sitting in the hotline was fucking as dumb as you, but it's fucking like 3 days. Jesus fucking Christ.
Someone messaged us that as well, and I did the maths. It's 3 days, bruh. How did we think that after 13 months of doing podcasts, our hours accumulated to a month?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's as if none of us picked up on that.
Well, thank you to her for.
Thank you to her. Thank you to the guy who messaged us saying the same thing.
And Pat, you have a song recommendation?
I've got, yeah. Do you have any recommendations? Any movie, any TV shows, anything like that?
No, just don't overthink because it sucks.
Well, Kyle, could I please get you to play a song that's going to lead us out on the pod? It's called Austin by Dasher. It's trending on TikTok and I fucking love it. Maybe
Wow,
skip to like 30 seconds.
That was so radio person. It's Austin by Dasher. And this is 97.5.
I want you to tell me. I really like it.
Brought you on home, waited on the porch for you, sat there alone. All throughout the morning till I got a hunch down in my gut and snuck around the back.
So good. The chorus is so catchy, bro. I wait to hear it.
Oh, yeah.
Did your truck break down? Did you burn through money? Did your ex find out?
Lots of country girls on the rise, like country music artists that are female on the rise, and they're fucking killing it, like Megan. You know what I mean? Bit tangled up, mate. Thanks, guys, for listening. Farewell. Happy Thursday.
Whatever. Average song. Thanks for listening.
Ta-da.